Hey YouTube, Cat1001 here. Today we're going to be going over the UTG L96 and we're going to be doing the long and really anticipated review on my weapon. The reason why it took me so long to make this video is because I wanted to use the rifle for a year or so in the field, get a feel for its potential, get a feel for what it can do right out of the box. Now, just to give you guys a heads up, the rifle is upgraded. It has the UTG L96 upgrade pack from UTG for $30 off of evike.com. Also, it has a steel sear set, so the sears are also upgraded, and might I say that the rifle performs extremely well for not having a whole lot of extra money into it. First off, I'd like to talk about what the rifle's potential is straight out of the box. You're going to be able to hit your target easily at 150 feet. Anything past that, you get a lot of flyers. Buying a 6.01 type bore will help decrease your MOA, but I feel that a 6.01 is a little bit too tight, as it still gives you those random flyers. It definitely does not give you those flyers as often, but it still gives you those flyers. The next thing I would like to talk about is, right out of the box, the rifle comes with 2 magazines. You're thinking, gee, 2 magazines, that's a really good deal. Don't let it fool you guys. They only hold 20 rounds apiece. If you're extremely accurate with those 20 rounds and you take your time in picking your target, which most people don't, or if you go to a large operation, 2 magazines will not cut it for this rifle. I actually had 2 magazines, lost one in the field, so I was down to 1, and found that I still needed extra magazines in order to complete my Milsim gameplay. So I went and bought 2 packs of 2 from Amazon for $10 a piece, and I have a total of 5 magazines, and they get me pretty close. Normally at the end of the round I'm down to 1, maybe 2 magazines. Sorry for the shaky camera, guys. The washer's running, so it's shaking the whole house. I'm trying to hold the camera still, but I'm not sure how that's working out. And actually, we are about to pick up the rifle and do a overview of what I've done to the rifle, such as camouflage, customization, and to just make it better in appearance and functionality. Okay guys, first off, I had purchased some of this ghillie wrap for $10 at my local Army surplus store. They gave me a lot of it for $10, so I was like, hey, why don't I just throw in an extra 15 and get even more of it? Well, I have so much of this stuff that I honestly have 6 or 7 rifle wraps for this set up and ready to go. Also, for the cylinder, you're going to want to put, or at least I put, grease, and also I put this silicone ICS gear lubricant on there, and that actually makes the bolt really smooth. It functions really well. If you can see it there, hopefully on my camera, has a little bit of a yellow tint to it, and it's really nice. Now, I have a Bushnell fixed 7x zoom scope on here with a 30 millimeter lens protector that I have on the rear of the scope. I sometimes have one on the front. The one in the front has a hole in it, which I have netting over top of the front one, so if I have it down I could have netting over the front of the scope so you can't catch any glint if I'm facing you or not. And also when it's up, it doesn't restrict my lighting. Another thing that I'd like to point out and more or less complain about on this rifle is the weight. This rifle's really balanced, but it's just so heavy to carry around all day. I see guys out there with VSR 10s and VSR 10 G specs that are running around, I mean full bore, just charging people, and I just can't do it for the sheer weight of this rifle. I could do it for about 2 hours, and then after that I'm kind of bogged down from the weight of the rifle. Another thing that I did for comfort and functionality was I wrapped the cheek rest in electrical tape. It adds a little bit of extra grip because you have the lines from the tape on there, and it holds your cheek in place a little bit better, I think. So when you're looking through the scope on the rifle, you don't move around and lose your sight picture as easily. Also, the rubber pad on the rear, I have replaced mine. I found that replacing the pad instead of letting it get worn in is better for it. And I just realized that I left this cocked. So there we go. It's not good to dry fire your snipers. It's not good to dry fire any weapon, actually. One problem that I found while doing tech work in the rifle was in your cylinder down in here. After taking your gun apart a couple times, this mag well tends to become loose right around there, and when you slide your cylinder forward, if your mag well catches loose, it doesn't go forward. I don't know if that's mine or if that's a problem with all of them, but I found that issue on mine. And overall, I mean, it's a great rifle. I'm definitely going to recommend this to anybody who wants a L96 weapon or wants to get into airsoft sniping just in general. The only thing I wouldn't the only type of people I would not recommend this rifle to are smaller people, not more or less little people, such as your younger kids or something like that, but kids who just don't have much muscle, I'm not going to recommend this rifle to you, because as soon as you upgrade it, the bolt's harder to pull. The rifle is heavier, so it takes a lot more strength to steady the rifle, to use the rifle, move around with it, carry it around all day. So you're definitely going to have a little bit of muscle behind you to use this rifle effectively. But if you're little and you don't mind the weight, go ahead. I mean, it's all you. But I wouldn't recommend it for you. And this has been the review on the UTG L96. If you guys would like any type of in-depth review on anything I've done to the rifle, comment below, and I'll try to get a video up as soon as possible. Thanks, guys.